Coach Falzone here on Monday, heading into the first league game week of the season. Coming off of an exhibition weekend in Detroit. Steep learning curve, I guess. Some tough lessons learned, I guess, but you have to move on, and I guess you did learn some things this weekend, didn't you?
It was exactly what I wanted.
Oh, okay.
Everything that happened this weekend was already planned and ready to go. So all the players were able to play, even the brand new rookies. So they got in the games that normally they probably wouldn't see, and at the same time, the boys got to see the physical portion of the game, all my rookies, and they got to see the fast-paced portion of the game, and that was exactly what we were hoping for. And so now that we've seen all these, our players are better prepared for our league games.
Okay.
And it was better to get all that out in a an exhibition game than a actual league game. So
yeah. Okay, I know we talked after one of the games, and we were saying that any team that goes into exhibition games are not so much looking at the scoreboard.
Yes.
Other than you hope you keep it somewhat interesting at least, but it's all about learning lessons. And like you said, that the rookie players are getting their first taste of junior, and in some cases on the weekend, I know there was some pretty aggressive play, some I don't want to say dirty because you don't want to put down another team, but just stuff that maybe they haven't had to deal with before.
Yeah, so the whole point of going is because we're a majority of rookies again this year.
Yeah. And
the rookies unfortunately don't know the caliber of hockey you get here. So for instance, DFI, when the first game against DFI, it was 95% all veterans. So the guys have already been in the game, they know how to play physical, they know how to get away with things, and the boys had to learn that. They have to learn it now before it costs us a hockey game. Right. How to stay out of getting into the arguments or getting into the trash talking or getting into whatever scrums they get into. Okay. And they have to learn how to handle that kind of stuff. And veteran hockey players are really good at drawing you into stuff and you getting a penalty while they skate away. So we wanted to make sure this year we got it taken care of before we start the season, not during the season.
Right. The nice thing about our lineup, we don't have we're still adding players as the season goes on, but the nice thing is, like you said, everybody is learning and getting ice time. Nobody's being left out because we really can't afford to at this point. The downside to that is we can't really afford any injuries. We do have players that got nicked up, and that's going to happen all season long. Yeah. But as of right now, do you feel like you're pretty healthy going into the start of the season?
Yeah, we got a few bumps and bruises, but overall, there's nothing serious. So the players are ready to go, and even with the short numbers, the benches will be shortened for the weekend. And the boys that are ready to jump at this level will get the games, and the boys that are still learning will have to sit out and learn for a little longer.
Okay. Then what do you like? You have a short week now because today's a recovery day.
Yes.
And then obviously Friday's a game day. So you have 3 days to prepare for the Rum River Mallards. I'm sure that you learned this past weekend the things that you need to work on. What do you think the practices will be like, say Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, excuse me?
Well, I can tell you there'll be a lot more up pace than they were originally. Okay. Now that the boys see the speed, especially against the Metro Jets, were by far one of the fastest teams I've ever seen in the last year and a half. Now they got to understand that they have to pick up their game, and that was one of the big reasons I played them, so the boys can say, this is their pace, we need to pick it up in our practice so we can be at that pace. And now they're ready to start pushing themselves to their next limits of their skill level.
Okay. So it can be discouraging sometimes, to be in a game where you really don't have a really good shot. But how did the boys do they buy into what you're saying, that we need to work hard now and get ready for the start of the season?
Yeah, even the veteran players are along with that one. I think the boys got to see the different side of the game, and now they got their excitement back, right? You do all the ice and off ice stuff, and it kind of starts dragging on you for a while, but once you get into that game situation, we hear players talking about what they got to do to fix their game, what the team needs to do, and they're having discussions on the bus or the trip back. Okay. And it made their attitudes a lot better. No one's discouraged. Nobody took a hit about the scores. Nobody cared. They were there to see how far they can push themselves, and the boys knew why they were there and what they were there to do, and they worked their butt off all the way until the end.
Okay. So we've been privy to a couple scores from other exhibition games and stuff like that. It seems like against Rum River, it might be an offensive battle. They score a lot of goals, it sounds like. So we're gonna have to be able to put the puck in the net. Are you convinced with the chemistry? There was some really good signs, with Cartland and the top two lines. Really, I thought there were moments of real brilliance. Do you feel like they get it together and score the amount of goals they're going to need?
Yeah, Mallards are a more physical team than an actual goal-scoring team. They're the same as DFI was this weekend, in my opinion, from what I hear from the coach. So we have to work ourselves and understand that we got to take advantage of those power plays. That's why some of those game scores got high over there when these guys or other teams were playing. It's taking advantage of situations they give you and not being drawn into the crap. So that will be their challenge, and a lot of these teams still have a lot of their veterans back, so it's going to be a little bit different.
All right. Coach, I appreciate the time. You're well and truly into the season now, getting ready for your first weekend, and we'll talk a little bit again tomorrow, okay?
Thank you.